Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of your favorite YouTube channel and podcast. Keep that same energy. Podcast with your host, Justin P., and my co host, Maurice Savage Jr. This is episode 209 for the YouTube channel, and for the audio version of season 5, episode 44. You know, y'all can check that out on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Pandora, Spotify, all the available podcasts in the link below. Just go ahead and check in the description. Make sure when y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel, when you hit ring the notification bell, hit all, so we can get every notification that we're going live. Uh, you know, ladies and gentlemen, further ado, is my co-host, the villain or the vigilante, Mr. Maurice Savage Jr. Yay, yay!
Hey, what's good, family? What's good, people? As you already know, man, it feels good to be back doing my thing with Big Bro. As always, man, we got another amazing show with you, man. Good topics and great answers coming right with it. So you already know what I'm about to hit you with. Of course, we're gonna hit you with some emotions, man, because this shit that we talking about is coming from the heart. We ain't bullshitting. Our feelings is for real. And of course, we're gonna hit you with some opinions, yeah. Because when it comes to this sports shit, we thinking. And we think hard and our opinions matter. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter unless we hit you with the facts.
That's a fact, Jack. So, all right, we got a 2-part show. I'm gonna conduct the first part, and then Maurice gonna conduct the second part. We basically giving y'all two shows in one since we've been a little MIA. But all right, let's get to it. The first topic, let's recap the NFL draft. Let's give our winners and losers. You can go first, co-host.
Oh, this gonna be short and simple for me. I feel like the draft winners are the New York Giants. They addressed everything that you needed to address. This is the first time I can really say that I'm super proud. I be honest, I want to give them the number one overall grade just because they really knew that they needed secondary help. They got it in Deontay Banks, and then they knew that they needed a wide receiver and got my man Hyatt, even though I wanted Flowers. But I mean, I take Hyatt. He's a bigger receiver, you feel me, and can give you basically the same abilities. So I got them. For the first time ever in history, I think the Ravens really, really got it right at wide receiver. I mean, really, really got it right at wide receiver. To me, this is a better Marquise Brown. Marquise Brown to me was more like a one-trick pony. Go deep, go deep. This guy I can go deep, but I can give you that Wes Welker ability. I mean, come on, man. We all been waiting for a black Wes Welker. I think we got that in Zay Flowers. And losers. I would have to really, really dig deep because I didn't find no losers just because I think this is the first draft where I think every team felt that they can make it to the Super Bowl. Everybody grabbed what you're supposed to grab. Texans grabbed quarterbacks. Carolina grabbed the quarterback. The Colts grabbed the quarterback. If you needed a running game, you grabbed a running back. I forgot what my man Gibbs went at, but I mean, every team I felt this year grabbed every single player and position that they needed to fill. I don't think nobody wasted anything. You can correct me if I'm wrong when it's your turn to answer, but I believe this is the first time in NFL history every team addressed it what they needed. I mean, and I think every team did that because they was like, the Detroit Lions are making noise. So Cleveland Browns, the Jaguars, they've been like, yo, Detroit making noise. How can we let a team that never won a Super Bowl before get to the playoffs before us? So I think this is the first time in NFL history all 32 teams got it right. I'm gonna hand it over to you.
My draft winners. I'm gonna go with the Indianapolis Colts first. They killed the draft, man. They killed it.
Sure.
Getting Anthony Richardson and following up getting Josh Julius Brents, who I was high on one of the Ravens to get. I knew he probably gonna be there. It was more of a pipe dream for the third round. They took Josh Downs. They they knocked it out the park, man. Got a couple starters on defense. They did their thing. The New York Giants did pretty well. Got Deontay Banks. Jalen Hyde. They picked up a couple offensive linemen, defensive linemen. The Ravens, of course, Zay Flowers, getting Trenton Simpson, a versatile linebacker that can play all over the field. Tavares Robinson, needed edge rush help. Then getting Caillou Blue Kelly, a corner that was high on. And then they finish it up by getting two solid offensive linemen, and Malasala Amunye Lalu and Andrew Voorhees, who's going to basically redshirt this year, but next year he's going to be ready to roll. Who else had a pretty good draft? Pittsburgh had a pretty good draft. Right, they hit on some needs. Got Joey Porter Jr. Took Darnell Wright. The Bears, the Bears had a pretty good draft as well. And my losers will probably be like the Green Bay Packers because they should have took a receiver sooner. They had some solid picks, but then the Miami Dolphins. Y'all didn't have that many picks, but the little picks you did, y'all didn't take the positions that y'all need. The San Francisco 49ers, although they didn't need much, but you drafting a kicker in the third round, and the Lions, I didn't say they losers, but they kind of reached on those first two picks because your man Jahmyr Gibbs was not the 12th best player in this draft. He wasn't. They reached on that one because I guess Swift won it out behind the scenes. So they did that to have a plan B, but that was a mean reach. You could have traded up a couple spots and took B. John Robinson for all that. If you wanted to run it back. That's just me.
I think they was trying to be cheap because I don't think DeAndre Swift was a high first round. He wasn't a high pick, was he? He wasn't a high draft.
He went to the second. He was a second round pick.
And they felt like that. I guess they felt like Gibbs could be. Remember I was telling you all season when we was talking college. I said like Gibbs was our best player on offense. So I guess they was giving him the benefit of the doubt, saying that he could be that's the only thing I can say about it.
Yeah, so the Vikings, they did okay. Got Jordan Addison, and then the rest of the draft was like, meh. So those are my winners and losers. All right. The Ravens finally extend Lamar Jackson, 5 years, $260 million, $185 million fully guaranteed. Give me your thoughts.
I'm going to be super short on this one, and the first thing I'm going to say is, well, not super short because now some of the thoughts are coming to my mind. First and foremost, number one, I said this about Lamar Jackson, and a lot of people ignored me and didn't want to pay it. I be saying some real truthful facts. They be hard facts that people don't want to take in. I say one of the main reasons why the Baltimore Ravens, and I said it everywhere, Baltimore Ravens didn't want to sign Lamar Jackson because he's too black. His hairstyle, the way he talks, the way he acts, and this, that, and third. And a lot of people ridicule, no, it's not that, it's not this, that, and third. And if you look at the comments, once Lamar Jackson signed that contract, and I got the screenshots in my phone, I can't wait to expose them on Facebook and Instagram. Do you see how many fans were saying, why did you give that thug that money? Why would you give that hood guy that money? I mean, Baltimore Raven fans just going in. And I'm pretty sure that not the whole organization, but there are some people in the organization that felt that way. And of course, you can't speak too much on it because what you'll do, you'll lose your job. So I felt mostly that like he was too black and he was given too much of, you can be yourself and still make it to the league where you already know how the league is. I want you to be yourself, but I want you to transform into the guy who I want you to become because let's be real, yo. A black guy acting black being a face of the NFL, they not even letting that happen. But to the money part, I'm glad that it got it done. I felt like that behind the scenes that they was trying to let Lamar Jackson know that we got some money for you, but in order for you to get the money that you want, we got to get you some pieces. We got to get you some what's names. I mean, I've been saying this for the longest time, forever, since Lamar Jackson been on the Ravens. He need a wide receiver. He needs wide receivers. You cannot win a Super Bowl. And unless we go find some stats later on, I haven't seen not one team ever win a Super Bowl and you were last in the league and throwing the ball to a wide receiver. I never seen that. I never seen it done. I mean, and I feel like if Lamar Jackson would have did that, would have put him in the conversation, probably the best quarterback of all time. If he would have won a Super Bowl with a bunch of nobodies, not even a 1,000-yard guy. So I'd have given that. But it's good that you signed him. It's good that you signed the players that you did. And this is the first time, and you already know, I never said one bad thing about Lamar Jackson. As far as people say his throwing, his running, I never said one bad thing about Lamar Jackson. And here's going to be the first time I ever say something bad about Lamar Jackson. And it's going to be short and sweet. Lamar, you have no excuses now. You got Rashad Bateman, Odell Beckham. You got Zay Flowers. You got Dunleavy. I'm not saying, you feel me, wow, the guys. I ain't mean, hold on, I said his name wrong. Duvernay. You got Duvernay. I said Dunleavy, the white guy. You got Duvernay. I'm not saying do what you said you're going to do because I seen the post. I don't know if you saw it where he said he tried and throw for like 6,000 yards or some shit like that.
Yeah,
now,
I saw it, yeah.
Yeah. Now, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying right now, it shouldn't be no reason why you shouldn't be going in the playoffs and deeper into a Super Bowl. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, everything you said was spot on. We had to get it done first and foremost because who was we're going to replace him with? Tyler Huntley, Anthony Brown, and then the other three quarterbacks. Like the teams weren't going to give up what they needed to give up to get him. So you know, so it was just a matter of time. He finally stopped listening to the NFLPA, and finally, he came down off his price because he wanted a contract that was basically an outlier outside of one person that Deshaun got. The Browns was just so desperate. They were like, "Man, we don't give a fuck what we got to do. We're not bringing Baker back, so we got to sell. If we got to oversell or overpay, then hey, that's what we got to do." So negotiations always start high. That's anything. That's if you're negotiating with in a car, a
Mm-hmm.
house, whatever, anything. You want to start high, and everybody's going to come down to the middle in some way.
Mm.
It's no different than this, man. So shout outs to EDC for getting this done. Cause like I said, man, hey, I got Lamar signed, man. There's been a lot of unhappy fans this year at M&T Bank Stadium. So and they got him some weapons. He wanted Odell when I'll go to Odell. We never pay guys like that. So I mean, it's kind of sort of what we do because Odell is in his 30s. So we do always get a top receiver at this time at this stage in his career. So it is typical Ravens. But the money we kicked out, it was like we normally would have gave a guy like Odell half of that, but
Yeah.
he know like what, we can't afford to be cheap. If he don't want to come in and Lamar don't want to sign, then we gonna have to draft Will Levis or have to grab one of these Hendon Hooker and then pray that nah. So he's like, nah, we're gonna get Odell. Then he drafted Zay Flowers. They tried their best to get DeAndre Hopkins. I don't know what held that up. So they definitely surrounded some weapons. And first of all, they got rid of Greg Roman. They brought in Todd Monken. They brought in Greg Lewis as a receiver coach. So they made a lot of
Ooh, Greg
change.
Lewis. I
Yeah,
remember his catches in the Super Bowl. Oh my
yeah,
God.
yeah, yeah. Played for the Eagles. Yeah, yeah. He was KC receiver coach. Now you're with us. So they made a lot of moves to try to keep Lamar happy, and it worked out. So, like I said, barring any injury, long as the offensive line do their job. Because the last few times he got hurt was him throwing the ball in the pocket because somebody missed the block. So, long as they keep him upright, we definitely gonna probably win 12, 13 games. Because the last time we were fully healthy, we won 14 games. I'm not saying that because that's going to be too hard to do, but we at least can win 12.
I can see that.
All right. Let's break down the AFC North. I mean, give all the teams a grade. Let's start with our Baltimore Ravens. You go first.
By far A plus. By far B plus. I think that, like I said from the beginning when we started the show, I think this is the first time in NFL history every single team addressed what they needed. Like, and I gotta give the Ravens A plus, and you'll go.
I say A. I ain't gonna say A plus because I felt like I think instead of getting Tavares Robinson, we could have got a better prospect, but I guess they saw something in him because there was a couple guys I liked it better. I like the KJ Henry better. Andre Carter III from Notre Dame, excuse me, Army. So it was a couple guys that I liked a little bit more, and I thought they probably was going to go one more receiver, but all in all, it was pretty good. So I give it an A. Let's go with the Cincinnati Bengals.
The Cincinnati Bengals. They really didn't need much except for O lineman help. Did they grab a O lineman in the first? Because I didn't see that. I think that's the only.
Their first round pick, they took Miles Murphy. That was a good pick.
Okay, because Miles Murphy, he's like that, but I think their only problem for the Bengals really was O lineman. I think like that's a team that's almost Colts level, meaning you give him good blocking, he can do some Peyton Manning shit and take the Bengals to the Super Bowl and win it just like how when Peyton Manning beat the Bears. So I'm gonna give them a B because we already know what the problem is up there in the Bengals. Joe Barrow getting sacked, and you need to protect him because I mean, there are some people out here saying that Carson Palmer, if he doesn't get injured against the Steelers, the Bengals could at least have one Super Bowl. I'm gonna hand it over to you.
Yeah, they was pretty good that year. Yeah, so I give them an A because they definitely grabbed some linemen. But I think they just signed Leal Collins. They just signed last year. They just paid Orlando Brown Jr.
Mm-hmm.
They went and grabbed Alex Kappa and what's another guy for non-Patriots. I forgot Ted Karras. So they invested a lot in the old line. So they definitely made moves. And then they got DJ Turner, corner out of Michigan, who ran 4.26. Miles Murphy. They got Charlie Jones, the slot receiver from Purdue, the white kid, fast as hell. He's 6'2", 6'3". They got the kid from Princeton, the wide receiver, Andre Iguodala, I think that's his name. Another guy ran 4.25, 6'2", 6'3". So they wouldn't add more weapons to that already dangerous receiving core and bulked up their defense. I gotta get the Bengals at A. All right, Pittsburgh Steelers.
Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm gonna just give them an A just because the Steelers cornerbacks are trash. Just because, I mean, and then they lost Sutton to the Lions.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give them an A just because of they need corner help, and I mean, you just signed Joey Porter Jr. I gotta give credit where it's due, even though that's cliche. I mean, why not? Why not come to the yellow and gold? I mean, to the gold and black. So I'm gonna give them an A.
I definitely give him an A. Like I said, they got Darnell Wright. They adding more to that line to keep Kenny Pickett upright. Got Joey Porter Jr. Pair him with Patrick Peterson. And I forgot that other corner they got, but yeah, because they lost William Jackson the third, and they lost Cameron Sutton. So you replaced it with Joey Porter and Patrick Peterson. That's a good tandem. They who else they took a couple. They took Darnell Washington, tight end out of Georgia. Him and Pat Freiermuth together. That's gonna be a nice little 1-2 punch. You know, Pittsburgh love them 2 tight end sets. They've been doing that forever. He took Nick Reed, outside linebacker of Wisconsin. You know, they took TJ Watt there, so you know them Wisconsin outside linebackers always do pretty good in the league.
Yeah, it should be a show.
Yeah, it took Keanu Benton out of Wisconsin, D tackle. So you know they hit on a lot of needs, man. So I definitely give them an A. The Cleveland Browns.
I ain't gonna lie, I forgot who the Cleveland Browns drafted. I think that's the only team I forgot.
Yeah, they ain't picked till like the second or third round. They took
I forgot.
Cedric Tillman, a couple of defense. Man, if I can pull it up right now, hold on.
Yeah, because I'm about to do the same thing. Pull it up because I think the Browns pretty much put all their eggs in one basket last year.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, they took Cedric Tillman, Siaki Ika, D tackle Baylor, DeJuan Jones, offensive tackle Ohio State. So that's a good pick.
I'm gonna get him a C. I'm gonna get him a B just because I definitely know that they needed D tackle help. That's one. Cedric Tillman. I mean, I like that pick just because of the fact that I mean it's Amari Cooper and that's it. I mean, I do like Peoples Jones, but I mean Peoples Jones give me more highlight catches and not consistency. I remember at one time when I thought Mike Williams from the Chargers was just going to be a highlight guy, but then he a highlight consistency guy, and that's how it is with Peoples Jones. So I mean, it's like this type of situation, bro. I can't give this a real rating until I see a couple games played during the season, because I mean I want Cedric Tillman to come in there and make a big difference. You feel me? And be a collab to those 3 wide receivers. I mean, I just gotta wait. But I mean, I'm gonna give him a B just for right now. But I want to see how it play out because I mean, this might be a fucking very dangerous division this year. Like we almost seen 4 teams from the we almost seen 4 teams from the NFC East make the playoffs last year. All the Washington Commanders had to do was win the last 2 games. They would have been in the playoffs, and it looked like we're going this way right now because the Ravens not slacking. Joe Burrow getting better. As you just mentioned, his protection. We already know what the Steelers going to do with Pickett back there. And then we talking about the Browns right now. So I'm going to give them a B for right now, but I want to see how it play out. And I think I might have to go on FanDuel and bet all 4 teams make the playoffs this year. But I'm handing over to you.
That'd be nice, but I'd definitely get him a B+. Because like I said, Cedric Tillman, he helps that receiving core out a lot, man. So You know, like I said, then you get big Saeed Aki in the middle of that defense.
Mm-hmm.
You get Isaiah McGuire, since they Clown is a free agent. You put him on the other side of Myles Garrett. Dorian Robinson Thompson's a sleeper pick as a backup quarterback in case something were to happen to Deshaun. They got somebody that can, win some games for him. Cameron Mitchell, corner out of Northwestern. They took another corner from there not too long ago, Greg Newsome. So, they got a relationship. And Luke Whippler, that's the center that's going to replace J.C. Trotter.
Is Greg Newsome, is he a junior? Because I remember Greg Newsome that used to play for the Packers back in the 90s.
Nah, I'm not sure.
But you know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I got to look that up. But yeah, but they definitely get a B+. They did pretty good. All right. Let's see. Next tab. Hold on. NBA playoffs. I'm gonna do the Western Conference on my part, and you can do the Eastern Conference on your part. All right. Let's start with Nuggets and Suns. Give me your thoughts on that, sir.
Oh, you okay? Nuggets and Suns. Oh, this is gonna be super crazy. First of all, let's talk about the game that happened last night. How did Joker catch a technical for the governor, the governor of Phoenix, not putting the ball back on the court? Like Charles Barkley and everybody else said, if any other fan, if me and you would have grabbed the ball and wasn't trying to give it back to Joker, we probably would have been banned for life from the court, straight like that. But because of this guy got high ranking and high power, that's that. I felt like the Nuggets are playing around too much, just like the Celtics. They let one get away. You could easily be up 3-1 right now. They only lost this game by 5 points in a tough game. I mean, I like it because it's a good competition. It's a good battle going on. But I mean, it looking like Kevin Durant has lost a step. The reason why I say that is because, like, the last game that they just won, that was all. Didn't Sherman look like Ray Allen?
Yeah.
Am I saying his name? Yeah, he looked like Ray Allen last night, and I'm sitting up here like, what? And then mind you now, he didn't look like Ray Allen in the first half, where it's one of those situations where he had first half play. No, he looked like Ray Allen in the second half. He was hitting big shots, and we're not talking about shots. We're talking about threes. He was hitting big ones. I mean, I don't think that's going to carry over and continue, but I think that the Nuggets have a little bit more power, a little bit more firepower, definitely. Michael Porter Jr., he's not scared of Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant can going to give you 30 and he'll probably give you 20. You feel me? And Kevin Durant, you got to guard that up, which can put you in foul trouble. Nobody can stick Nurkic. Nobody can stick Joker. What's that guy named DeAndre Ayton? It's a mismatch all day. It's not even fair. And then Jamal Murray. I mean, he just got to go at whoever's in front of him for real. I mean, ain't Chris Paul still hurt, right? Yeah, Chris Paul still hurt.
Yeah. He out.
So, he out. So, I mean, here go again where he blew his NBA Finals chance, and I'm expecting the Nuggets be done with this in 6. I'm gonna hand it over to you.
I agree, man. Denver is just on a whole nother level. I mean, because KD and Devin Booker got to keep putting out 35, 40 a night. That's going to take a toll on them, man. So, like I said, that third score, who's going to be that third score? DeAndre Ayton, Tyler, what was the kid? Craig, and then, like you said, Chris Paul's out. So, their rotation is slim because they had to give up a lot to give KD. Like Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson was those guys that were scoring off the bench for them. They don't got them no more because, like I said, that's the price. That's the price it costs when you want to play like Kevin Durant. So now you're thin. Now, like I said, Durant and Booker got to play for damn near 35 to 40 minutes a night, and still got to play on the defensive end. So that's why they scoring their points. But you're saying Joker and Marion, I'm putting up points too, but. And I could agree with you totally. Denver going to definitely win this in 6 because, like I said, they're going to make the defensive stops. The Suns are not. All right. Before we start our second part of the show, let's talk a little bit about the Orioles. You can go ahead first.
Well, watch this. You're gonna like this answer. I don't know what's going on right now with the Orioles, but I do know what's going on right now in the Orioles. Now, this is what I mean, so people can get a clarification. I don't know what's going on because I haven't watched the League of Baseball. Haven't seen what the Orioles been doing. Now, this is how I know what's going on. I know the Orioles are doing something special because my grandfather was talking about the Orioles at a high capacity. Every time I'm on my way to my game, to work, or leaving from work, somehow it's packed up. Like right now, I was on my way home from work. Hella Orioles people out there. So the Orioles must be doing something good. They must be doing something good. And I just want to let the fans know this. I don't want the Orioles do what they always do. They give you those first 2 months of great baseball, and then they fall off. I don't want that to happen. Come on, man. The tickets is cheap. You feel me? And it's good baseball going on. But I just don't want us to get all happy up in it, and then 2 months of good baseball, then we fall off when the real support comes and all that. But from what I've seen and what I've been hearing and going on, because everybody at these games, Orioles in good position. I mean, to the point where I haven't been in a baseball. The last time I've been to a baseball game, and I don't mean to disrespect my Orioles, B.J. Surhoff, Brady Anderson, Mike Bordick, Cal Ripken, Sandy Alomar. That's how long I've been there. We talking about 90s now. So I wasn't even there when they had Andrew Jones. So I want to, since I'm on my new basically tutorial of life, I definitely would love to see what the Orioles got going on, because I don't want to be one of those guys who, I seen somebody made a post when they was talking about the Orioles, how they was doing a good job. Is right now nobody paying attention to the Orioles. Watch our fans come when we start getting hot, and I don't want to be one of them. So I'm gonna hand it over to you.
Yeah, the Orioles. But speaking of what you just said, I work downtown on Pratt Street, so I'm right there by Camden Yard. So like the day people was going that Oreo stuff in there, it'd be lit. I definitely want to get to a game, but right now, as we currently sit number 2 in the AL East, right behind the Tampa Bay Devil Rays with 22-11, 9-4 at home, 6-4 on the road. Let's see, we 5.5. I'm sorry, 13-4 on the road, 6-4 on league play. All right. So like I said, we're 5.5 game backs. First place. Right now, we're down 2-0 to the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Middle of the 8th. Yesterday we lost to the Braves 3-2. Tough game. Yeah. Mullins, he had 1 run, one RBI. Perez, he did nothing. What's this guy right here? Santander, he had 1 RBI. So yeah, it's the Orioles have been doing really good this year. So hopefully, like you said, they can be consistent and make the playoffs. I had them at 95 wins, so hopefully they can eclipse that.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I know. I set the bar high for them. So I like what Brandon Hyde did in the MLB draft. So hopefully we can make the playoffs. We make the playoffs, I'm happy. So yeah. All right, now it starts part 2 of our show. So I got to turn the floor over to Maurice.
All right, hold on, give me 1 second. All right, well, I know mine by heart. So you ready? All right, first topic is, because of all these super teams being eliminated and not really getting the job.
That's not the first topic though.
Which one? Well, go matter of fact, because I can't keep going back and forth because
you did the NFL versus Virgin.
Okay. That's
99 Rams against the 2013 Seahawks is the first one.
Go ahead. You can read it off, and I'll answer first. But we already know they my topics. But go ahead.
All right. So part 2 of the show. Like I said, these are Maurice topics, good topics. It's the NFL versus versus Virgin. We got the 99 Rams offense versus the 2013 Legion of Boom Seattle Seahawks defense. Both of them won the Super Bowl. So, give me who wins this matchup.
Well, you go ahead, go first, and I'll answer last. Who do you got winning out of that Super Bowl?
Oh man, I'm gonna go with the 99 Rams, honestly. Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt, Isaac Kane, Ricky Pro, Marshall Falk. Kurt Warner and them guys, man, they just for something else. Chairman and them will give them a run, but I just think, man, Falk, man, able to catch up the backfield and line up and play receiver, that will give them problems.
Now, I want to disagree with you because you know how I feel about that. To me, besides, not to go off topic, but my favorite Super Bowls of all time, in order, are the Giants winning their first Super Bowl, the Ravens winning that Super Bowl. Well, when I say the Super Bowls, the Giants winning both of those Super Bowls against the Patriots. The Ravens winning that Super Bowl against the 49ers because of the lights out, because that was tragic. They were trying to get the Ravens to lose. The Seattle Seahawks, and then of course the Ravens winning that first one. And the reason why the Seattle Seahawks are so high is because out of all the defenses in NFL history to win a Super Bowl or take a team to a Super Bowl, I think that was the first team that was led by the secondary. Like that, the secondary was the main talk and main attraction. And of course, they had some D linemen, Chris Clemens. Of course, they had Bobby Wagner, good linebacker. But we already know the talk was around the secondary. So I definitely give them high praise. Now,
LOB.
I definitely got to agree with you because the Denver Broncos, they had what's his name? Marshawn. Wait, hold on. Make sure. Help me say his name right. Who was their running back at the time?
No Sean Moreno.
Yeah, no Sean Moreno. So I mean, he was a good, solid running back, but he wasn't no Marshall Faulk. He didn't go over 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards receiving. Have hella catches out the backfield, and I think that would have been a major.
Falk can go line up at receiver and get people work. Like literally go line up as an X and get people work.
Yeah, and this is what I was thinking too. Cam Chancellor, you would have to your job will be actually hard because your job is to play defense on a tight end, but then you got to play defense on Marshall Faulk coming out the backfield. And at that time, I think the Rams had a decent enough tight end who could get yards and get down the field. I can't remember his name at the time.
Yeah, that tight end was Robert Chamberlain.
See what I'm saying? They had somebody decent. Now, and we talk about one of those games where this guy Chamberlain could have had a Deion Branch type Super Bowl where he could have been one MVP of the Super Bowl because the whole defense is focused on Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt. How can we forget Ricky Prohl? You feel me? Like that. There was a lot of guys out there to cover, and I'm thinking like, I mean, you had Vernon Maxwell, you had Cam Chancellor, Earl Thomas,
Byron Maxwell.
Byron Maxwell, my bad. And who was that? Who was number 39? Oh my God, Brandon Browner.
Brown, yeah.
You did have some good solid pieces, but I'm just saying I think at that time the Rams had too much going on. And then we talking about Kurt Warner was hot. He wasn't little. He was hot. So I'm gonna just go with them because they had too many elements and too many offenses, too many offensive weapons. But that would be a great secondary for them to go against. All right, next up, topic 2. I mean,
this next one, part 2 of this. I don't know why you put this offense up here, but you put the 2012 Patriots offense versus the 2000 Ravens defense. This is not even a challenge.
I can't wait to hear answer.
The 2000 Ravens, it will be ugly because this 2012 Patriots team couldn't even beat the 2012 Ravens defense, and that Ravens defense wasn't even nowhere near this 2000 Ravens defense. So they got held to 13 points with old Ray and Kerry Williams. So imagine young Ray with Saragusa and Ed McCaffrey and Peter Boulware. Tom Brady would get sacked 100 times, man. So it's 2000 Ravens in a landslide.
And that's the team without Randy Moss, correct? That's the team I brought up.
Yeah, Moss was in San Francisco.
Yeah. Now the reason why I brought that up is because when you look at history, that's the second highest scoring offense of all time. That team right there.
In 2012?
Yeah, that one right there. I looked it up.
Oh, wow. Okay.
After the Randy Moss, that's the second highest. So I figured, you feel me, it would be something. But then as you said, big bro, Ray Lewis would have been killing Wes Welker and Julian Edelman coming across the middle. We talking about probably 0 catches in the middle. And then on the outside, I mean, Chris McAllister, Dwayne Starks, Rod Woodson, Saragusa. I mean, I was just thinking like Tom Brady, you would be that pretty boy and get the job done. I mean, because as you saw, right? They did beat the Ravens that one. Remember that year when the Ravens could have beat the Ravens could have beat the Patriots, but Kyle Bowler threw a dumbass interception and double coverage.
2007.
You see what I'm saying? That dumps. So I mean, I was giving Tom Brady the benefit of the doubt because he would have been growing and graduating and being a better quarterback. But I mean, now that I think about that stingy ass Ravens defense, I mean, I feel like this: the NFL loved the Bears and loved what the Bears did so much that they refused to make it seem like the Ravens had the best defense of all time, even though the stats clearly show it. The boys won 8 games without giving up a touchdown and then won a Super Bowl. No, my bad. They won 8 games without scoring a touchdown, and then won a Super Bowl with only giving up a special teams touchdown. Not only giving up a special teams touchdown, they scored on the next play of their special. So I mean, yeah, I'm going with the Ravens, just like you, bro. Just like you.
The third one, you got the 1990 Bills, which was a good team. I guess 2015 Broncos. Me, I'm going Denver because that pass rush, man. Jim Kelly, I love him, but that Denver defense was unreal, man. And that no-fly zone. And then, yeah, I would go with Denver to win this game.
I'm gonna be short on this one. I looked at it. This Bills team was top 5 of all time in offense. You feel me? Thurman Thomas, Andre Reed, and all that shit. But then here's the main thing: even though that offense was ranked top 5 of all time, I could not find another wide receiver that was going off. I could not find another tight end was going off. Andre Reed was really that good. Thurman Thomas would come with that 3-punch was really that good. And with that defense, as you said, that defense had 3 corners at that time. They had Chris Harris, very underrated. Help me with his name. Aqib Talib, very underrated.
Bradley Roby.
Yeah, Brandy Roby. What was the tight end that they got? I mean, what was the safety they got from the Browns? Ward.
TJ Ward.
Yeah, I mean, they was legitimate hitters out there. And oh my God, just like how you just said, the pass rush, Von Miller was probably at his greatest during that time. At his greatest. This is when Von Miller won a Super Bowl MVP. So
they could have went to DeMarcus Ware. That's the crazy thing about it.
Oh my God. See what I'm saying? So I'm going with them by far. I just liked what the Bills was doing during that part of the time in the 90s. And I felt like it would be a good matchup. But then I started looking like, who else would Jim Kelly would be able to pass it to? What was the guy named who stopped Leon Lett from scoring a touchdown?
Don Beebe.
That's it, Bass. I'm gonna hand it back over to you.
Well, they had James Lofton too, but still, it was just.
I know.
Yeah, I'm going with Denver. Here's an interesting one: 2011 Saints versus the 1976 Steelers. I gotta go with the Steelers because the Steelers was dominant in that era. I'm sorry, I know it pains me to say it, but I gotta give them props. They owned the 70s, and this Saints team couldn't even beat the 49ers. So I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
All right. Hey, bro, come on with all the low blows.
They couldn't. They let Vernon. They let Vernon Davis score with like 5 seconds on the clock.
You're right. I can't say nothing about
with that. Alex Smith, check down Charlie, beat them.
Hey, and that's what this show is about, the facts. So I can't disagree with what you're saying. I wanted to go with the Saints so bad because Drew Brees was hot that year. I mean, he was
5,000 yards and all that. Yeah, you're right, bud.
Yeah, he was hot. But then, as you just said, Joe, the Steelers damn near own the 70s because of their defense, not because of Terry Bradshaw. And this no disrespect to Terry Bradshaw. We got to speak facts on the show. Terry Bradshaw's stats was horrible.
It was.
He's trash as a quarterback, but the reason why he gets so much praise, 4 Super Bowls. So you don't look at that. Prime example, Phil Simms. He's another guy who was a trash quarterback, but he get that Hall of Fame recognition because he has 2 Super Bowls. So I mean, at that time, they was too nasty. I don't think nobody. I think everybody on the Saints probably would have been scared of Jack Lambert.
Yeah, not even him. Not Jack. Yeah, and then Mel Blount jamming them receivers at the line of scrimmage. Like, come on.
And they had 2 corners. So, yeah, and I don't even think the Saints had another wide receiver. It was just more of he knew how to pass it.
Marcus Colston, Devery Henderson, Robert Meacham, Lance Moore. Those guys were cool, but they wouldn't have done nothing. Then you got Mean Joe Green breathing down Drew Brees back. Yeah.
You're right. I can't disagree.
Let's see the next one up here. You got it's the last one. 2016 Falcons. Well, not the last one. 2016 Falcons versus the 85 Bears. The 85 Bears. I mean, 85 Bears. Yeah, the Falcons were good and all that, but they couldn't hold on to a 4-touchdown lead. So yeah. So yeah, I'm not really sitting here and pick them against the second best defense of all time. So yeah, 85 Bears.
And I'm going with the 85 Bears as well because I felt like they put a chokehold on Julio Jones. I felt like in that Super Bowl, Julio Jones was supposed to do more. Like after you see T.O. did what he did with that leg, after you see what Deion Branch do, after you see what Santonio Holmes do, I was expecting Julio. Hold on, let me add one more. After you see what Larry Fitzgerald and Anquan Bolden did in the Super Bowl, I was expecting Julio Jones to do something, at least score. And it seemed like they had a chokehold on him. So if the Patriots had a choke on him, we talking about the. Oh my God, I'm going with the Bears. I'm done. I'm going with the Bears. Go ahead.
And Matt Ryan probably wouldn't even have finished the game.
Mm.
The last one, 2013 Broncos versus 2002 Bucs. The 2002 Bucs. The 2013 team, Broncos team, they were just too much offensive driven. So Derek Brooks and those guys would have neutralized that, man. And remember the last time the Raiders played the Bucs played the top offense in the Raiders? Rich Gann was MVP that year. They mopped the floor with them. The same thing with this one. The Bucs by at least 3 touchdowns.
I'm going with that one too because I don't know what's up with the Bucs where when they did it twice now. When the Bucs go to the Super Bowl, they let their defense do the talking. I mean, for crying out loud, Dexter Jackson was an MVP of a Super Bowl. You feel me?
It should have
So
been Dwight Smith because he had 2 picks and ran them back, but
I don't know how they mixed that one, but why? Because Dexter Jackson had 3 or something.
I think he had more tackles, but either way,
Yeah.
it should have been Dwight Smith.
You see what I'm saying? They had 2. That's like 2 guys with 5 picks. There's 2 guys, 5 picks, and then 2 touchdowns. So yeah, I expect the Bucs. I'm not gonna lie, yo. That Bucs. Every time I see the Bucs in the Super Bowl, the 2 times I seen them, yo, they were fucking scary. They were playing like, yo, it's either we're gonna win or it's nothing else. So I mean, I gotta go with the Bucs too. And then mind you, now you just said Derek Brooks, and we just named some guys in the secondary: Warren Sapp, Simeon Rice. I'm done. Right. Next topic.
All right, hold on. You put. Do you think the era you put area? I know you meant to say era.
Yeah.
Do you think the era of the super team is over?
Yeah, you can
No,
ask.
no, because we just seen Kevin Durant force his way to Phoenix. So now you're gonna have more people doing it. Now you're gonna have Bradley Beal try to go to Miami or wherever he can go. So to make this short and sweet, no, it's not over.
The only reason why I came up with this topic because I mean, let's be real. Besides the Warriors, which was damn near a cheat code, and Miami, which was real, no other super team has worked. None of them. When the Bucks, when the Brooklyn Nets.
Well, Boston did. They got a championship out of it and went twice, so they somewhat worked.
No. I said, no. This is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about post LeBron James going to Miami. I ain't talking about, you know what I'm saying, the Celtics during that time. I'm talking about after LeBron James, all these super teams came and nothing has happened. Brooklyn has had 2 super teams since LeBron James had did what he did. I mean, I know you probably don't want to count. I mean, I'm only counting because I mean, you got to think about it. You had Darren Williams.
No, it was a super team. Yeah, they were old and all, but it still was a super team.
Yeah. And then you get rid of that team for first of all, Brooklyn should be looking at one of the worst franchises, but that's another topic for another day. But I mean, then Brooklyn, you had that super team. Then you come back and you get Kyrie, Kevin Durant, and James Harden. I'm sorry. I don't even know how you dropped the ball on that one. You feel me? Then what happened is when the Lakers get LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and we already know it didn't work the first time. It's straight like that. They didn't even make the playoffs. Then, right now with Kevin Durant on the Suns, I don't think it's going to work. He go another super team built, and you getting ready to lose to a regular team like the Nuggets, who play team basketball. I mean, and then the Warriors. For the Warriors to win for the Warriors to win another NBA championship without Kevin Durant. I mean, I just kind of think that it was probably going to be the end of an era, just only because people have seen like, damn, yo, it's not as easy as LeBron James just joined the Miami Heat and winning the championship. No, you got to put it together. And I think the worst one of all time is how the hell Paul George and fucking the Claw haven't got it together yet. I'm gonna hand it over to you for the next topic.
All right, why don't we see super teams in the NFL or more super teams in the NFL? The salary cap is a little different. NBA is 15 guys versus 53, so it's hard to do it in the NFL. It's too hard to do it. Unless they go with an uncapped year, which they would probably never do again, it's not going to happen because money-wise, it's just not going to work.
And this is what I'm gonna add to that, and I'm gonna be short on this one. I feel like NFL players love competition more than NBA players. Now, for those who want to take shots, who love basketball, like, why would you say that? I'm just thinking this. Every time I seen a football player or heard of a football player, they always want to go against the best and take down the best. I never heard one NFL player. You can correct me if I'm wrong, bro. We watch a lot of NFL. I haven't heard one NFL player say, "I want to play with him. I want to be on this team." Now, I've heard wide receivers and quarterbacks say that, but I never heard a defensive tackle or a defensive end say, "Yeah, I'm tired of sacking Aaron Rodgers. I want to join his side." I never heard that.
Right.
I've heard offensive linemen say, "I'm tired of blocking this guy. Yeah, I'll block for Patrick Mahomes." I've heard shit like that, but I'm talking about real life two killers coming together. I haven't heard that yet in the NFL. And if I did, I want to know where I missed that. But
The closest we seen, not to cut you off, to a super
go
team
ahead.
is probably like the Rams, Philly last year. It's been pieces of teams that have been dominant like that. So it been very few, but it's just not going to happen a whole lot. For you to get a super team in the NFL, you got to draft right first and sign a couple big names, and that's the best you're going to get.
Facts. All right, next up.
So, hold on. Thoughts on the NBA playoffs? I did the West, so you can do the East.
All right. Okay. Well, let's talk about the game that's on right now. Miami versus the Knicks. Right now, Miami 79-71, and you already know they up on the series 2 games.
They about to close this shit out in 5 or 6. It's Jimmy Butler on the mission. He not playing with these motherfuckers. He trying to get back to the NBA Finals. So last year, Game 7, he had the game-winning shot against your boys. He felt like he let his team down. So once he took down Greek Freak and them, I know Giannis didn't play in one of them games. I get that, cool, fine. But yeah, he on a mission, man. He said he trying to get back and he trying to win it this time. So yeah, I get the Heat great closes out. The Knicks did good. Thibodeau did good this year. But yeah, I think the Miami Heat may come out the East this year. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm gonna clown my Celtics later. But I feel the same way how you feel. Jimmy Butler's on a mission. I'm just calling it how it is. I'm not disrespecting nobody. To me, Jimmy Butler is just a better version of Steven Jackson. He really don't have no major handles. He just play with a lot of heart. He not scared of nobody, and he can score at all times, anywhere from anywhere. And the reason why I love what they're doing is like the people that's around him. That's the thing. It's like this, and I wish more teams did this. When you see your star player going hard and going after it, you should go after it. I mean, we got guys like Striff. I hope I said his name right. Going off. We got all these backup. I mean, did you see hold on. What was the game? It was the game that they eliminated. I forgot who they played in the first round. But the elimination game, he was the only starter on the court. Everybody else was backup guys who was undrafted. All that shit. I'm sitting up here like, yo, right before our eyes, we're watching Jimmy Butler be the best player in the league as far as playoff wise, and we're talking about Embiid. The Bucs having Giannis hurt, Jaylen Brown going off, Kevin Durant, what's going on up there? The Lakers being surprised, what's going on with the Warriors? And the whole time, Jimmy Butler is like, yeah, West teams keep beating the shit out of each other. Because when you get tired, by the time I get there, me and my boys gonna come for you.
Yeah, like I said, Miami gonna win that. I think Philly gonna take care of business against Boston. As long as Embiid, the MVP, finally got the MVP. Him and Harden and all those guys keep doing them, they're gonna be hard to beat too. So that's all I got to say about that.
Well, for me, I'm gonna be short and sweet on this one. I feel like this, and I might get judged on this. This team needs to be led by Jaylen Brown. To me, Jason Tatum, he has all the offensive moves and all that, but it's too pretty. Motherfucker, I gotta call it what it is. Motherfucker, you was trained by Kobe. Kobe was in your head. Kobe was in your game. Why the fuck are you not taking over? I mean, literally, I want to say this, bro. Last night, well, the game-winning shot didn't count by Marcus Smart, but last night we lost 116-115. Jason Tatum didn't score any points in the first quarter. Jason Tatum, you're the number one guy. How you don't score any points in the first quarter? I mean, I don't give a shit about anything that happened later on in the game, how they lost. Marcus Smart missed the point. You lost the game because Jason Tatum had 0 first quarter points. How? In the playoffs? In the playoffs, 0. Hey man, that's why I say, I can't take my Celtics serious. I mean, I was happy as shit that we made the NBA Finals last year, but I'm just looking at that shit like, were they really that much better than us? They really only had Klay Thompson and Steph Curry, and we got Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. And then I want to give I'm going to take Marcus Smart over Draymond Green just because
all day, every day,
just because he can score better and he can make better passes. And you mean to tell me you guys couldn't win it in 7, and then to come back this year? It seemed like you playing around with the. I mean, this is why I say back in the day basketball and back in the day sports was better than now, because check this out: the back in the day Celtics would have went just like the Lakers would have went to the NBA Finals and lost, and would have came back the next year and fucked everybody up and didn't win it this year. And to see these games that's being played, I mean, we'll see what happens. I think the next game is in Boston. So I mean, I'm expecting Boston to probably get it done in 7. That's about it. And good luck against Miami. I'm done.
You got topic 5. It says, give me a dream match, 5-man battle royal, AEW versus
I can't. I want to go first. I want to hear yours.
So from the AEW side, I would go with Wardlow.
Ooh, okay.
MJF, because he's the champion, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Powerhouse Hobbs.
Okay, you only got 2 now because this is a battle royal. You only got 2 left.
Hangman Adam Page.
I like him.
CM Punk.
Now I like that, just because that would be huge. A former WWE player on AEW going against them. Now, to me, you already know I'm into wrestling real heavy right now. I'm going pure controversy. From AEW, I'm going CM Punk, Chris Jericho, and Jon Moxley. I'm going with them all at the top. And then, of course, I'm going with MJF as a no-brainer because he's the champion. And then a guy who got treated wrong. I looked up Kenny Omega history. The reason why Kenny Omega is not signed with WWE because he said Hardcore Holly. And you remember that guy named Hugh Morris? He said Hardcore Holly and Hugh Morris, when in his training, used to disrespect him and treat him so wrong. So my 5 guys were besides MJF, who also always make mentions about WWE. My 5 guys, 3 of them are former WWE guys. 1 guy tried to join the WWE, and MJF, he give them high praise. So CM Punk, Chris Jericho, Jon Moxley, MJF, and Kenny Omega versus Roman Reigns.
I didn't even say mine, but you can go ahead.
Shit,
I was waiting for you.
For the excuse me, my bad. Who your 5 for WWE? My bad.
Brock Lesnar, Cody, Roman Reigns. Let's go Seth Rollins. And let's go with Bobby Lashley.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That roster, WWE probably beat the shit out of them niggas. That's a lot of big motherfuckers. That's a lot of big motherfuckers.
I mean, it would be even because on the other side you got Powerhouse Hobbs, Wardlow. So
yeah, you did. All right. You right. All right. As I said, for me, AEW, I'm going with CM Punk, Chris Jericho, Jon Moxley, MJF, and Kenny Omega because I want some drama. For me, I'm by far going with Roman Reigns. We definitely agree on Seth Rollins. I'm going with Cody Rhodes just because of that goddamn controversy being with AEW, coming back to WWE.
Perfect headline.
Yeah, I'm going with Brock Lesnar too because I think Vince McMahon definitely would do it. And then last but not least, I gotta go with the last legend of our time. I'm going with Randy Orton. Putting him in there.
Yeah, I set Jericho and all them out because I wanted the you were the other guys to get more reps. So
yeah, I feel you on that. Because the reason why I picked those 5 guys because CM Punk, Chris Jericho, and Jon Moxley would love to try to stick it to Vince. And what?
True. The last one. Which one of the NFL's worst teams of last season will make the playoffs this year?
Oh, I'm on here. I can't wait to hear your answer.
Probably the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah. The funny thing is, go my bad.
Yeah, they had the best draft, as I said, and Anthony Richardson. With Jonathan Taylor, they added another receiver over there with Josh Downs, so that'll be interesting. Their defense still intact, and they drafted, like I said, they knocked the draft out of the park. Let's see who else. Another one. Possibly the Cleveland Browns. Now that Deshaun has a whole year under his belt now, no legal issues to worry about. So definitely the Browns, and I'm gonna go with the Colts.
I'm only. Matter of fact, I take that back. I'm going with two teams. First of all, I think just like how you said, I think the coach definitely going to turn it around. It seemed like every year the coach just need a quarterback. That's all he needs, just a quarterback. Now you getting ready to get this dynamic guy, and if he can't find you, he gonna run. So I gotta go with him. And then last but not least, I gotta go with my boy from Alabama. I think the Panthers getting ready to be dangerous. I'm saying it now. I think the Panthers getting ready to be dangerous. They just like the Colts. You already have a solid defense. You got weapons on offense. All you needed was a quarterback. So I definitely see the Panthers and the Colts making the playoffs next year. By far.
All right, man. That's it. That's all the topics from both shows. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. We'll be back Wednesday, same time. So hey, thank y'all for chopping it up, man. Sorry we've been a little MIA, but that's why we combine both shows tonight. Go ahead, co-host, do your thing.
Man, as always, man, it's been a great show with Big Bro, man. I told you, man, good topics, great answers. If you're looking for me, you can find me on Facebook. My name is Maurice Savage Jr. If you can't find me on that, which I know you will, you can find me on Instagram, I_AM_the Pharaoh. It's me sitting on a log looking at the tree, and it's DB Life, baby.
Everyone, like I said, make sure y'all subscribe, share it. We want to get the subscribers up. Tune into the audio version. The links are right there in the description. So everyone, make sure y'all hashtag, y'all know what I'm saying, KTSC. Keep that same energy from your host, Justin P., and my $1 million co-host, Mr. Maurice Savage Jr., and always be great on your way to the figure 8. Love you guys, and we see y'all Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. We out.